What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more Duels 2013 expansion pack, taking a look at the third of the 5 newly added decks that we're going to be playing against. This one is Rakdos, and I will be playing the deck that we beat last in the last video, which is the Azorius deck, basically the Aura focused deck. And well, actually, what I'm going to do this time is we'll take a look at the deck after the game rather than before. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop in and see what this guy's all about. Looks like his deck is black and red. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this opening hand, I don't know. I don't have to draw a new one. I only have 1 Plains, so it's really rough. Oh, okay, well this is not nearly as good, but whatever. We're gonna start off with a Evolving Wilds, and we're gonna use that to get a island in play. I can just show you here. Evolving Wilds, I can tap, sack it to look for a basic land and put it into play tapped. There's certainly much better land types for dual color decks, but this is all that's really available in Duels 2013, and when you're playing a dual color deck, playing with 4 of those is probably going to be a good idea. Because, for example, if I hadn't had that, you can see I've got all plains besides that. I wouldn't be able to play this, for example, which I want to play. This is a 1/1 hexproof, and it's unblockable. So hexproof means my opponent can't target it with anything, and unblockable means he can't block it. So it's a good card to get out nice and early, and if it weren't for my Evolving Wilds, I would not have been able to do so. I also have 2 more plains and another Evolving Wilds. Besides that, I just drew into an Invisible Stalker, but I also have this right here, which I'm going to play next. This is a 2/3 flying Talon Trooper. So this blue-white deck is all about auras, basically creature enchantments. And there's a specific card in here. There's some synergy in this deck when it comes to those things, and hopefully we draw into some of it. And again, after this game, we'll take a look at the deck really quickly before we play the black-red deck. So assuming I beat it. Assuming I'm about to beat the black-red deck, we'll see. Hasn't done anything much yet. Very nice here, just picked this up. Costs 5 to play, but enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has vigilance, meaning it doesn't tap when it attacks. It's also a totem armor, meaning if something tries to destroy that creature, it's protected by the totem armor, and the totem armor dies instead. Okay, so turn 4, I don't have anything to play for 4 mana, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play another Evolving Wilds, and then sack it, getting another island in play. And then just use 2 to play a second Invisible Stalker, unblockable hexproof, and then I will attack for 3. One of the really good things about something like this too, is that it helps filter out my deck. So instead of playing the plains, for example, that I had in my hand, instead of using that for my land for this turn, I filter through my deck and I reduce it by 1 card by pulling that island out. And that means I'm more likely to, instead of drawing into an island, to draw into actual physical cards. Okay, what does he play here? 3/2, Singe Mind Ogre. When it enters the battlefield, target player reveals a card at random from his or her hand, then loses life equal to the card's converted mana cost. So if this were real life, I would basically display my hand and my opponent would just randomly pick a card. I'm assuming it's just going to be randomly picked though. And let's see what random, hope it's not this one that gets randomly picked. Oh, you know what? It must have revealed the plains. It didn't show me what it revealed, but I took no life loss, so it must have revealed the plains. Okay, that's fine by me. All right, so we have the totem armor now that I can throw down, and I'm gonna throw that on my flyer. So he's gonna get +3/+3 and vigilance. This is a silly game here. He's gonna lose pretty quickly, I think. He's already down to 9. He can't block those ground creatures. He can't block the flying guy. This is going to be disappointingly easy. Destroy target creature or land. Okay, so because of the totem armor, the creature isn't destroyed and the totem armor gets removed. See how that works? So now it's back down to just a 2/3. He's now going to attack me for 3, knowing that he can't even block anything I have in play. So there's no sense in leaving it for a blocker. But I'm still hitting him for 4 this turn. And I can play this. And I can pacify. I think I'll probably do both of those. So first I'm going to play the Auramancer. It's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, I get to take an target enchantment from my graveyard and put it into my hand. And I do only have this one enchantment in my graveyard, so he's going back to my hand. And then, this is such an easy win. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. This is weird. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, too. I guess he just got screwed. And then I played a Pacify on his 3/2, Pacifism, meaning that he cannot attack or block. So this creature can't even attack me next turn. So, we're going to win next turn unless something drastic happens for Rakdos this coming up turn. Oh, Rakdos, oh, Rakdos. Rakdos, I'm sure there's a better way of pronouncing his name. Alright, so let's see, he's going to tap 4 and play a 2/2 haste. When it enters the battlefield, target player discards a card. Hellhole Rats deals damage to that player equal to the card's converted mana cost. So I get to pick this card, but I only have one card in my hand, so this is pretty bad, actually. So I have to pick this card, because it's the only card I have, so I have to discard it. I don't have it anymore, it goes in my graveyard, and I take 5 damage, because the converted mana cost is 5. But we still have the win, not this turn, but next turn. So I will attack with all of these, and I could just attack with him too, but I'm just gonna save it for blocking just in case something funny happens, like if he plays another big creature with haste next turn or something like that. So I'm gonna attack for 4, that is guaranteed damage. He can't block the flyer, can't block the unblockables. He's down to 1. We'll see if he's got anything fancy up his sleeve though. What is this? 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, you may put a 1/1 counter on Deathbringer Thoktar. Remove a 1/1 counter. It deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now he's got no way of killing off any of his creatures. He's not going to be able to kill off any of my creatures. And I've drew the Totem Armor, and I'll just play it just for, I'll say it, shits and giggles. I'll play it for shits and giggles. It's a win no matter what, but I might as well go with a little bit of overkill. Normally this is a bad idea. Well, I mean, he's tapped out, you know. If, say I was playing a green deck and he had a green mana untapped and there was a chance he could do something like a Fog to prevent all damage, you know, that would be a bad idea. But, turned out alright. There's the win. Unlocking another card there for this deck, and then also unlocking his deck. So what I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to briefly show you the deck that we just played, and then I'm going to check out the black-red deck for our next game. Okay, so it's now 61 cards because I just acquired a card from winning, and that basically just throws it into my deck. So I'm starting off with 4 Evolving Wilds. That's the card that lets you search through for either or type of land, any basic land. I've got this Flash Enchantment, can be played as an instant. It gets a +0/+2. Let me show you first of all the real big, so the real big focus on the deck, I guess there's really 2 cards. It's the Core Spirit Dancer. It's an 0/2 for 2. I've got 3 in the deck. I can unlock a 4th through winning eventually. But it's an 0/2, and whenever there's an aura on it, it gets +2/+2 for each aura. And then whenever I cast an aura spell, I may also draw a card. So this is a real focal point of the deck. This card too, which I have 3 of right now, 1/1 hexproof unblockable. You saw me play those in the last game. It's just really, really good, especially with all the auras that I have. The fact that my opponent can't target it, and the fact that I can pump it up because I'm playing a deck full of auras, makes it a very strong card in the deck. So those are my kind of 2 of the focal points there, and then I've got a few auras. I've got this aura, +0/+2, this aura, enchanted creature has a lifelink. I've got this aura right here. I can only attach a creature that already has an aura on it. So, but that's not a problem because it's going to happen. But check this out: +3/+3, first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of stuff from one enchantment. This is the card that they just threw into our deck. Enchanted creature at the beginning of your upkeep. If enchanted creature is untapped, tap it. Okay, I'm just gonna remove that. I also have 2 pacifisms. This is sort of an offensive enchantment aura. I do it on my opponent's creatures. They can't attack or block. Academy Researcher, it's a 2/2 for 3 lands. When it comes into play, when it enters the battlefield, I may put an aura card from my hand onto Academy Researchers without paying its casting cost. Then I've got a 2/2. You saw me play this last game, Auramancer. When it enters the battlefield, return an enchantment card from my graveyard to my hand. I've got these right here, actually pretty decent. 3 lands for a 3/1 flying. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may put a feather counter on target creature. If I do, that creature is a 3/1 and has flying, as long as it has got a feather counter on it. So I can, for example, we've got something like, I don't know, we've got our 1/1, and say he doesn't have any enchantments on him because I haven't drawn any, or I've been playing it on other creatures. I can put a feather counter on him, make him a 3/1, and then all of a sudden he's a 3/1 flying unblockable. You know, much better. So if you get a small creature that you don't have enchanted and you want to pump it out for some more damage, this is a good way to do it. I've got this aura right here. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each card in my hand for 3. 3 lands for a 2/2 hexproof. Whenever it attacks, I get to put a 4/4 white angel token with flying into play, tapped and attacking. And then at the end of combat, I remove it from play. But, you know, he attacks, and I also get a 4/4 flying attacking. Here is this aura, Griffin Guide. Gets +2/+2, has flying. When enchanted creature dies, put a 2/2 white Griffin creature token with flying under the battlefield. Flash, enchant creature. When enchanted creature deals damage to opponent, draw a card. It is an aura, of course. Here's my 2/3 flying. I've got 2 of those. 2/3. This card's so good. A legendary creature, Grand Arbiter Augustin the Fourth. White spells that I cast cost 1 colorless less to play. Blue spells that I cast cost 1 colorless less to play. Spells that my opponent casts cost 1 colorless more to play. Yeah, really good. Enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent is indestructible for 4. Enchanted creature, I can tap it to draw a card. I can also tap 1 white to give it vigilance until end of turn. 3/3 flying. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This is another really key focal card in the deck. Really, really good. Really good. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has flying, plus its totem armor. Following footsteps, enchanted creature. At the beginning of my upkeep, I put a copy of that creature into the battlefield. Enchanted creature has +3/+3 vigilance and is a totem armor. That is totem armor. Sigil of Empty Throne. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I get to put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying into the battlefield. Hilarious. 3 dreams. I get to search my library for 3 aura cards with different names, reveal them, and then put them into my hand. And then lastly, I've got 2 of these. It's 5 lands for 2/5. When it comes into play, search my library for an aura card, reveal it, put it into my hand, and then shuffle my library. So there you go, guys. That is the deck. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the red-black deck, and then we're going to play a game with it, and then we'll take a look at it after the fact. So I will be right back. Alright guys, I have edited the red-black deck ready for play. And let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm actually really excited. This deck looks pretty awesome. Looks like we are against a blue-red deck. I don't know, though. I'm pretty impressed with what I've seen from the red-black deck before even playing it. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited to see how this plays out. He gets to play first. My opening hand is okay, but not the greatest. Not too shabby, though. So we're going to go ahead and keep it. Alright, so let me show you this real quick. So I've got 1 mountain and 3 swamps. Now, I'll show you. I'm going to play it first, and then we can talk about it. Look at this first card that I have. It's a 1/1, alright? At the beginning of my upkeep, if I control 6 or more lands, I get to put a 5/5 red dragon token with flying onto the battlefield. Yup. So at turn 6, or I guess turn 7, because turn 6 I play the 6th land, I'm going to start getting 5/5 flying creatures into play every turn. What? I mean, that's as long as this creature's still alive, so if he doesn't get, you know, if this opposing deck has like burn or something, or I'm obviously not going to attack into something that would kill him at any point, but my gosh, guys, my gosh, this is a cool card. This is a really cool card. I mean, it's almost something that, you know, you would think, why don't you just wait and play it later so it doesn't die or something? But I can also, if I play it first turn, I can also start doing damage with it. Now, I just played this guy. He's a 2/1. I can tap a black and a red to have each player lose 1 life. You might say, well, Force, why would you want to lose 1 life too? The idea is if I'm doing damage to him fast enough and he's behind the life total, then I don't mind taking even loss across the board if he ends up losing faster as a result. Okay, so turn 3. Alright, so let me show you what else I have. I've got this guy, cost 5 to play. I can pay either a black or a red for each one of the casting cost. 5/4 flying haste. When it enters, when I cast it, I get to return all cards named Demigod of Revenge from my graveyard to the battlefield. So I have 3 of these in the deck. So if this guy dies eventually and I play another one, then he comes back. You know what I mean? It's awesome, it's awesome. I also have this guy right here, 6 for a 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, I might put a 1/1 counter on Deathbringer Thoktar, and then at any point I can remove a counter to have it deal 1 damage to a creature or player. I also have this for 6. Oh wait, is that the same? Yeah, it is the same card. Okay, one of them is just foiled. So I've got 2 of those, which is kind of unfortunate. I would rather have something lower casting cost that I can play sooner than 2 of these guys, to be honest, because I might not even play it this game. I also just drew into this. Blightning deals 3 damage to target player, and that player discards 2 cards. Hey, guess what? We're doing that right now. So he takes 3 damage, he discards 2 cards, which will put him down to 4 cards. And then we attack him for 3. He's down to 13. Buddy. This deck is really cool. It really is. Alright, let's see what he plays here. Oh wow, okay, deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets and or players. Draw a card. So he's killing both of those. That's unfortunate. So his deck does have burn. Now I know that. Alright, turn 4. This is good because I just drew into Blazing Spectre, 2/2 flying haste. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. So I play him, he has haste. I attack for 2. Brings him down to 11, and he discards a card, bringing him down to 3 cards in hand. Okay, discarded 4/4, whatever. He is playing. Target player draws 3 cards, then that player discards 2 cards unless he or she discards a land card. So that's it. That blue-red deck's pretty interesting, actually. It's got burn, it's got draw a card. Turn 5. Demigod of Revenge. 5/4 flying haste. Let's hit him for 7. You got any burn? Izzet? Do you have any burn? Izzet? Izzet? No, he doesn't. And he discards another card because Spectre hit him. That's not a good game for Izzet. Is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. All right, let's see. What is he gonna do here? He's been getting screwed with all the discarding he's been having to do. Arc Lightning. That is 3 damage divided how he chooses. Is 1, 2 to me. He must have more burn. He's gonna kill this off right now. Watch this. He must have more. He must. There it is. More burn. He's gonna finish it off for 2 and do 1 to me. There you go. Oh well, don't win this turn, but I can now play Deathbringer Thoktar. Whenever any other creature dies, I get to put a 1/1 counter on him. He doesn't have haste, so I can't attack with him right now. But what I can do is hit him for 2, bringing him down to 2. I'm pretty confident here. And he's discarding the 1 last card in his hand, so I am almost guaranteed that this is a victory. It is a victory, no question about it. Well then. Well then. Nothing for you, buddy. There's the win for me. 2/2 haste comes into play. Target player discards a card, loses life equal to its casting cost. This might kill him by itself. It does. Oh man. Oh man. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Because those wins were so easy, for one reason or another. Ooh, another Demigod of the Revenge. Also unlocked the blue-red deck. Now what I'm not doing right now is I am not going to, and just to confirm here, these are all gold-plated, means I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. We're not going to go into the last one. I am going to save it for another video, but because these 2 wins were so absurd, and I would like to show you more of the deck, I'm actually going to play a couple more games with these 2 new decks. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's go ahead and do a multiplayer game with the black-red deck against Yertle the Turtle. That sounds wrong. Why am I... What did Yertle ever do to me? Nothing, honestly. Okay, so opening hand is not too shabby. Let's keep it. Let's see. Looks like we're playing against one of the new decks as well. Yertle. What are you doing? A whole lot. Alright, so we're going to start off here with... got some stuff. I got some stuff. Destroy target creature, can't be regenerated. That is so good. Terminate is so good. I'm gonna start off with the swamp, obviously. Let me show you what we've got in my hand here. So I've got 3 lands for a 4/4 can't block. I also have 4 lands for a 2/2 haste. When it comes into play, they discard a card, lose life equal to its converted mana cost. 5 lands for the 5/4 flying haste. 1 black, target creature gets -1/-1 and tap that creature. Also have the Terminate and Demonic Tutor. Turn 2, we're gonna throw down a mountain, and we could Demonic Tutor here, which I think I will. So we tap 2, Demonic Tutor, search my library for any card and put it into my hand. And let me think here. God, there's so much, so much. I don't really want to get something crazy high casting cost, to be honest with you. I could get a second demigod. Whoa! I ran out of time? Nah, just kidding. So we got the Defiler, which is really good if I can play it. Looks like I am also playing against the black-red deck. And he plays the 4/4 that can't block. That's really funny. Because I also do that. Well, I also have that. Alright, so I am going to throw down the same thing right now. He's gonna attack for 4. I can't block it because my creature can't block. And then he plays another one. Wow. Alright. Well, what I'm gonna do this turn is I can Terminate and Stabbing Pain, which I'm gonna do both of those things. So first thing I'm going to do is terminate that, and then next turn I'm gonna Stabbing Pain his 4/4. Attack. Okay. So we attack for 4. We put him down to 16, and then next turn during his upkeep, I will Stabbing Pain. It's 4/4. It does 1 damage to it, which isn't a big deal. The big thing is it taps it. So that means he can't attack with it. Oh, it gets a -1/-1. Hellhole Rats, I discard a card and lose life equal to its converted mana cost. Alright, what do I want to get rid of here? Let me just get rid of this. Smallest thing. Really, I don't know how much that's going to help me in this matchup anyways, so we're just going to get rid of that. And then he will attack me for 2. We're going to be down to 11. Now. Now. This turn, we got our 4. I can Blightning him. I could also play the rats. I think we are going to Blightning, doing 3 damage to him, bringing him down to 13. He also discards 2 cards, which is really the significant part of that whole equation there. Alright, and then I attack for 4. Now remember, I can't save that creature to block, so it's not like that could have been my choice anyways. He's down to 9, I am at 11. This is pretty close. If I draw a land and can play the Demigod next turn, and if he doesn't destroy this, then I can get the win. 1/1 haste. Target red or black creature gains haste until end of turn. Okay. So if I draw a land right here, then I should be able to win, unless he has a Terminate. In which case he'll kill this off. Or whatever else, you know. And I did not draw a land. Although I'm not guaranteed to lose here, though. No, I still have another turn. Potentially. He discards a card, loses life. Loses. Oh, yeah. For the win. For the win. What does he got? What does he got? Oh my gosh. Oh well. Okay. So, this is really interesting. He had to terminate. Clearly, as you saw. What did he draw, though? That's the question. What did he draw? So I can block his 4/4. Only taking 3. Alright, I have to draw land to win. Okay, now, he has to not have another terminate. Play my 5/4 flying haste. And there's the win. Whoo, yeah, GG buddy. Nice game. Nice game indeed. Alright, we're going to be doing another multiplayer game, this time with the Aura Servants deck. And I get to play first, hallelujah. And this is a okay opening hand, so we will take it. We're going to go ahead and start off by evolving Wilds for a island. Alright, so I have the Core Spirit Dancer, 0/2, +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. Whenever I play an aura, I draw a card. Also have the Talon Trooper, 2/3 flying. Also have this guy, Daybreak Corey, Yint, whatever. And turn 2, we're going to play the Spirit Dancer. Get the 3/1 flying that I can put a feather counter on things and give them flying as well. Now remember, I can only play this to someone who already has an aura attached to him, so I can't play this right away to the Spirit Dancer, unfortunately. And I'm playing against a green-black deck. 2/1. When it dies, search the library for a basic land card, put it into play tapped. Okay, cool. Alright, what the heck is... Okay, that's that. I'm like, what is that? Alright, we're gonna turn 3. We can play the 2/3 flying, or we can play the 3/1 flying, where I can do the feather counters. Let's play the 3/1 flying, and then we'll say go. I really need some lower casting cost auras to make this 0/2 worthwhile. Because right now, I have to play one of these 5 casting costs before I can play that 2 casting cost aura, which is kind of a bummer. So he's going to attack for 2, which I will let go through. Not going to block that. Then he pays 3, plays a... Oh, Pernicious Deed. Are you serious? That's in his deck? Tap X. Destroy target with converted mana cost X or less. Oh, I get to choose something to give a feather counter to. Just give it to itself. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I can't do both of them though, unfortunately. But I can at least do this, so we're gonna play this now. Yes, I will draw a card from it, thank you. I will play that, and then I can do this too. Oh, this is a glorious day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So he just got huge. 7/11. Hit him for 10? Let's just hit him for 10, whatever. Oh my lord. That is ridiculous. He's a 7/11. Do you see that? Now he could Pernicious Deed and kill it. But does it have totem? No, I didn't. Oh. Oh, killed everything with converted mana cost. X or less. Yeah, Pernicious Deed is so good. I forgot how good that card was. Whatever. I'm at 25, he's a 10. It's cool, buddy. Play my 2/3 flying. Then I can totem armor them. I can totem armor him next turn. So as long as he doesn't kill this turn, this creature is going to be hitting him hard for a couple of turns. What, you know, it's so funny because I was just so excited about that 7/11. I'm not, like, it's still unbelievable that I was able to do that in one turn. Alright, when this card's put into opponent's graveyard from anywhere, whenever a card's put in, oh, I get a +1/+1 zombie. Okay, so whenever any card is put into opponent's graveyard, he gets to put a +1 counter on that, whatever. Okay, so I can give this guy +3/+3 and vigilance, which I will. Plus it's totem armor, so it protects him from being destroyed and removes the armor. And I can apply the second totem armor to him again with this one next. So it'll basically save him through 2 engagements. So we're hitting for 5. Does he have a fog or something? No? Okay, he's down to 5. I forgot how good Pernicious Deed was. I remember playing, what was that, what set was that first released in? That was a long time ago. I used to play when that card was around. He plays another one. And he's gonna be able to do it right now. Okay. But is it gonna remove the totem armor? Like I think it is? Yeah, buddy! Moves the totem armor. So he's got a 4/4 flying now. But I'm gonna pump my guy up with the Drake Umbrella, placing another bit of totem armor so I can protect him from being destroyed again, and it's a 5/6, so I can happily attack him and see if he blocks. And does he have anything to pump up his 4/4? He does not, so it dies. And I say, your move, Sirius. It is seriously your move. He leaves the game. I guess that means we win. Alright, my friends, well that pretty much does it for this video here. I got to take a look at 2 of the new decks that I unlocked, and next video where we'll be playing through the Golgari engagement. And then I guess beyond that, we could just move into the Revenge campaign, which is playing everyone again. But just their decks are more difficult. I believe the difference is that they just have all the cards unlocked and they just make a much better deck. It's still going to be more or less the same basic concepts, but they'll have access to a larger array of cards. But that was pretty cool. We got to take a look at a few of the decks of the campaign, plus got to play a couple multiplayer matches, which ended up going pretty well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for upcoming Duels 2013. Kind of reinvigorating this series here with these new multicolored decks, which all seem to be pretty fun. I am definitely a huge fan of that black-red deck. I think that is really good, though. Thanks again, guys. Tune in for some more in the not-too-distant future. Once again, this has been Force. Oh, I was just about to say something else. If you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning.